Welcome back to This Week in Pennsylvania. I'm joined now by our State Treasurer, Stacy Garrity. We want to start off a little bit with Afghanistan. Of course, we know you're an Army veteran yourself, and you oversaw prisons over in Iraq. So you really have a unique perspective on this issue. I mean, tell me what you're thinking about everything that's going on in Afghanistan right now.
Sure. First of all, Hannah, thanks for having me today. And Afghanistan, I'm devastated. I'm very angry. But first I want to say that my thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the fallen Marines, the soldiers, and the Navy medic. You know, and I also think about the service people that they work with, because you have that special bond, a special camaraderie that it's even difficult to articulate. So I think this is worse than Saigon. Right. It's worse than Benghazi. I think it's just a total abject failure of leadership.
And I mean, where do we go from here with it? What happens next in Afghanistan?
Well, unless we can get President Biden to change course, I mean, we shouldn't leave not one American behind, not even one. We shouldn't leave any of our Afghans that worked so hard with our military behind. And I think, you know, nobody expected us to stay in Afghanistan forever. But you don't just cut and run on a 20-year commitment. And you have to remember that the Taliban, they protected Al-Qaeda. And those family members of the 3,000 plus that died on 9/11, they know that, they understand that better than this administration ever will.
I want to switch gears. Let's bring it back home here to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Of course, our state got billions of dollars in American Rescue Plan funding. And as treasurer, you helped to distribute that. Tell me how that's going. How much have you given out, and where's that money going?
Right. So so you're talking about ARPA, of course, and that's the American Rescue Plan Act. So our state got $6.15 billion. Okay, so that'll be spread out over a couple of years. And right now, what we're focused on is getting money out to the smaller municipalities. There's a little bit over 2,500 that have less than 50,000 residents. So we're about finished with the first tranche, would be half of the money. So let me make sure I get these numbers right, but this week's payments, there were 69, totaling about $4.8 million. And so the total number of payments are about for 2,374 municipalities, and that's just about $485 million.
So the rest of the money, then, it'll continue to go out. How long do you think that process will take to get all of the money distributed? Okay,
so for the municipalities, the smaller municipalities, that's just about wrapped up. So probably another week, and then next year they'll get the second half of the money.
Great. Well, another big part of your job is helping people get their unclaimed property. Tell me how that's going.
Okay, that's going fantastic. So we have $4 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars of unclaimed property, and we really want to get that back to its rightful owners. Okay. So 1 out of 10 Pennsylvanians have unclaimed property. You can check for it by going to patreasury.gov/unclaimed property, and the average claim is about $2,000. So I'm sure you or people you know have unclaimed property.
And of course, in our first question, we mentioned just how much service to our country means. I know you reunited a few people with some unclaimed military medals. Tell me about that.
I did. So far, since I've been there my first 7 months, we've sent 114 military decorations back. We still have over 600. So returning all of those decorations to the service members or their families, that is very near and dear to my heart. So we have Purple Hearts. We have Bronze Stars, we have Legions of Merit, all kinds of campaign medals, dog tags, you name it.
And I'm sure that means a lot to those families to get those back.
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, you cannot put a price tag on those medals.
So you're only 8 months into this position, right?
I am.
Does it feel like it's been a little longer?
It does.
Tell me, what has been your biggest challenge and then your biggest accomplishment?
Okay, so that is a great question. As far as the biggest challenge, I don't think there have been really any overwhelming challenges. I mean, I have a fantastic staff, and I would say one of the biggest surprises was, you know, I come from the private sector, and I think I had a different view about how state employees would act, and our employees and the staff, they are so incredibly dedicated to our taxpayers and to their fiduciary duties. And so that's been incredibly impressive. As far as biggest accomplishments, I mean, we're in the middle of basically, we upgraded our unclaimed property system, the first upgrade since 15 years, excuse me. And just last month, we had 8,000 properties returned, and that is the largest month, July, since pre-pandemic. So that's a big accomplishment. Also, we're setting up rural outreach because 48 out of 67 of our counties are rural, and sometimes they get left behind by state government.
Yeah, interesting. Well, thank you for answering those questions.
You're welcome.
You're going to stick with us, and we
Yes.
hope you guys do too. We'll be right back after this break.